Hey everyone, I recorded most of this video yesterday, and as I was editing it, I noticed that the part about the buttons on the R50 where you can control some GS Pro stuff was cut out. So I'm gonna add that again here today, and then just so you guys know what today's video is, first I'm kind of showing the R50 screen, and I apologize that there's some glare and you can't see everything perfectly, but I'm showing the different practice ranges they have available. And then I'm showing some of the on-course practice that was just added. Then this is what I'm going to be adding right now is I'll be showing some of the buttons that are added from GS Pro if I can get it connected, because that took me like 20 plus minutes to connect yesterday. And then after that, I do hit some shots on each of the ranges. I do some on-course practice, and then I play 5 holes of a course. So that is today's video, and then next week on Monday, I will get back to my regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos, and I may even start adding some of the weekly tournaments if I can make it work. So with that all being said, here is today's video. Hey everyone, I just got an update on my R50 today, so I want to go over that first. Also, I wanted to show the different practice areas available. But first, let me kind of go through the screens of the R50 and just show all of that. So first we have the practice screen, and that's usually what I use if I'm doing like stack wedging or just warming up, is the practice areas. So here they are. So like I said, here's the practice screen. So I'll click on that, and I have the Crooked Creek, Green Valley, and Island range available. First, I'll show what they all look like on this top-down view, and then I'll show kind of what they look like on my projector here. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because on the projector, you can't really see all the different targets and everything. So first is just the distance range. And here's, again, all you can choose the ball and club data for tracking. And you can choose just ball data if you don't have the club stickers. You can change your alignment. You can change your elevation, humidity, temperature. And then you just start the session, and then you choose your club. So I'm not really going to hit any right now while I'm just setting this up. And when I have it attached to my projector, this is the screen I see on the R50. This over here would be the impact video, but because I didn't swing yet, there's none to show. And so I can change to the ball impact video, which, well, I accidentally did to full screen. Let me do split screen again. And this would show with the club, show me that different data, and I'll show this again later. Then we also have just the data fields, and you can get the average and accuracy. You can customize the order it's in. And this is usually what I have it on, either this or the impact video. But now I'm just going to exit out of this and show the other practice areas. So again, here's the practice screen. I'll go back. Crooked Creek is another choice with the same setup information available. Just kind of waiting here. Okay, I don't know why the elevation took a little bit to change there. Start the session. And now here is where it shows there's different green targets to hit to. So you have the different areas from like 30 yards, 70, 74, looks like 94, 117, 121, 147, 168, and 188. So those are different greens you can hit to. This is not really a practice thing I use very often. Most of the time I'm just using that first one. But this is an option for anyone that wants to practice short games or specific distances. So these are the different greens and targets available on, I think this was Crooked Creek. And again, they're not ones I use very often because most of the time I'm just using the basic range. But let me just show the next ones. So again, I'll have to end the session here. Go to the practice screen, now Green Valley. And it's kind of the same thing here, there's just different targets to go to. So this one has different targets here. You have like 54, 81, 114, 169, 170, 217, 226, 265, 274, but you have to manually go and like choose those. Those aren't ones that they just like switch automatically or anything like that. So you have to manually choose them and just have the different targets there. So now I'll go to the next one. And then the last one is the Island range. And here you just have, again, a bunch of targets. I'm not going to say them all, but they're more island targets this time. So you want to be more precise, I guess, with where you land it and how far you roll out because you don't want to go in the water. So those are the different ranges available. And I will go and show them on my projector screen later in this video, but I want to show that now. And now I want to show some different options with Home T Hero. So now we have the play screen, and this is where I go to play Home T Hero when I do the majority of my videos. And then from here, I do Home T Hero. But what was just added was this on-course practice, so I want to show that quick. So you can choose your golf course. I'm just going to choose West Haven here, which is one I play a lot. I will choose the tee box I normally play from. Those ones are shorter than I normally play, like they're like junior tees. And these ruby, gold, opal, and sapphire are the normal ones. Now there's also an option for a lie penalty where you can turn it on and off. And then again, the same elevation, humidity, temperature, wind, tracking mode, if there's in-game sounds. Now I'll just click start playing. And this is where it's different here. So this screen is different. They just changed how it looked. I don't really care one way or another how it feels, but now what I can do here is there's this little golf cart here, which is a new thing. I can click that, and I can go to a very specific hole. So one hole that I really like on this course for a par 3 is hole 14. So let me just click on that one. And now you have hole 14 loaded. I can click this little drone to get a flyover, which is also new. The flyover is on my projector right now, not on the screen, so that's why it looks like that. Then I can click this X here to go back. And then what I can do, I'm wondering, okay, so now what I can do is actually change where I'm teeing off from. So normally, it's not the easiest to do, honestly. I thought I was able to do it earlier. Well, it looks like you could practice putting alone if you wanted to. But now I'm, okay. Let's go back to, hopefully I'm going the right way. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. That's kind of hard. So let me re-choose the hole here, if it lets me. Might have to choose a different one first. So this is kind of new. When I did not have the projector screen up, there was an option where I could place the ball. And it looks like I can still place the ball. It just wasn't that easy to figure out where to put it. Okay, so there's that. I'm not going to hit this one right now just because I have this other camera in front of me, the one that you're seeing with the screen right now, but those are different options I've seen now with the on-course practice, and I will definitely do that in this video. I just want to kind of show right now how it's set up. And then in Home T Hero, what's new is, again, I'm just going to choose West Haven, my local course. You can add up to 4 players. I'm hoping eventually I'll get someone with me, but right now it's just me. Click next, again, choose my tee box. And this is new. It says holes. Actually choose to play the full course, the front 9, the back 9, or even custom holes, and just choose the holes I want to play. So before, when I used to only play like the par 3s, I could deselect all, and I could just go and choose the par 3 holes that I want to play and hit save. And it's showing me I'm playing 4 of 18 holes, putting, on or off, green speed, lie penalty, the same ball flight conditions, and then you can hit start playing. And again, like I said, this screen is different than it used to be. And now I'm doing the flyover for hole 5 right away because that's the first hole I selected. I will go through play this, but right now I believe there are also some updates to GS Pro. So I'm going to show that now. So I'm just going to end this round. And then I'll go to connect. This is where you connect to your third-party software. So you have GS Pro, Awesome Golf, E6 Connect, Apex, GSPI, which I don't know what that is. Creative Golf is another one. The only one I have played here other than GS Pro is Awesome Golf because I had a trial of it and it was fine, but I just kind of between GS Pro and Home to Hero, I don't feel like I need it anymore. But now let me connect to GS Pro. And so before I used to connect to my Wi-Fi and not the R50 hotspot, but I was having a lot of issues with that with disconnections. So I haven't played for a while, but I'm going to go connect my computer to the R50 hotspot because I believe some things have changed here and I want to see what that looks like now. And also for this part here, I'm actually going to take my HDMI cable and connect it to my laptop because that is how I will get the projector to display GS Pro. Because it's a third-party software, it's not directly on the R50. That is why I'm going to connect the HDMI cable to my computer. So I haven't played GS Pro for a while, so I have to do an update on that first. So that's what I'm running through here. And after that gets done updating, I will continue showing what has changed with the R50 as far as GS Pro goes. So the screen you're seeing now, I believe, is all it used to show when being connected to GS Pro, and you just had the option to choose if it was a right-handed or left-handed golfer, basically showing which direction the ball was being hit towards. Then there was also some other settings there. It's not really letting me go through them right now. And I think that's because it's working on connecting yet, but this is what I believe it looked like. And now what I understand is I'm supposed to be able to have some controls for GS Pro on the R50 screen. So that's what we're going to find out. Okay, so what it looks like here is this would be the impact video if I had taken a shot. If I hit the settings icon down here now, I can get the data fields, the ball impact video, or now the simulator keyboard. This is new, so I'll click on that. Looks like I need to do this, so I need to go to settings and connect to the computer with Bluetooth, so let me do that. Okay, so now that's connected. Let's do that. Customize shortcuts. I don't know what any of these are because I don't play GS Pro that often. So I don't really know any GS Pro shortcuts. I'll have to do that in a little bit. But right now, let me just see what I have if I just go to a local match. So again, for now, I'm just going to play West Haven just because it's my local course and I just want to test this out. So bear with me. I already got a session disconnected. This is what I don't like about GS Pro and kind of why I stopped playing it. And again, it's not necessarily GS Pro that's the issue. It's something between the R50 and the wireless connection. Okay, so this time I got connected to GS Pro pretty quickly, so I'm just going to go into a local match here. I know all you guys can see is my R50 screen here, but what I did is I added the whole flyover, the T right and the T left buttons, and then I can actually even control my mouse with this here. So I can go do that. Let's just go ahead and go down to play. And again, I'm aware you guys can't see the screen, but I can do that. I can double click it. And so that actually controlled my computer screen from the R50. I did not have to go back to the R50 itself. I mean, excuse me, I did not have to go back to the laptop itself. I could stay right at the R50 and control what I needed to. And then what happens is if I hit the whole flyover button, I'll see the whole flyover. If I hit T right, which actually might swap those two, which I believe I can do here. Customize shortcuts, I would rather have left be there. So then now I have T left, which will move my ball left in the tee box, T right, which will move my ball right in the tee box. And then if I want to add more shortcuts, and you guys let me know if there are shortcuts that you use if you play GS Pro regularly, what are some good ones to have. And to add those, you click the settings here, click customize shortcuts, you click add shortcut, you can name the shortcut, And this is where I'm just going to wait for the course to load, and I'm just going to see what another shortcut is, and I'll add that one. Okay, so another shortcut that looks like it might be useful is a green grid. So I'm going to just type that in. Green grid. And then the shortcut key for that is G. So I'm just going to save that. And then when I go back here, now I have the green grid button, and on the R50 it would show it. Like right now, if I click whole flyover, again, you can't see it because I'm not showing my laptop screen, but it is now currently doing the whole flyover. So that's just a very basic, brief overview of what is now available for GS Pro on the R50. The left and right arrows will let me aim left or right, and the up and down will let me aim either more forward or more backwards. I'm sure there's some other things that you can do with that as well, but like I said, I don't really play GS Pro very often, but these I think are some very nice updates that are awesome to have because of the screen that we have on the R50. It's kind of similar to, I think there's something called like Game Glass, which people do on their iPad. Well, now I can add that right here. What I'm curious about is how many shortcuts I can have, because at a certain point, I feel like if you have too many shortcuts, you don't really have any shortcuts anymore. So this is what you can do, again, like I said, with the R50 and GS Pro now, and I'm curious if this or similar things work for the other third-party simulator software. But I do say this is pretty cool, and I might actually have to start playing GS Pro a little more often than I currently do, because I just need to test all these different things out. And also, I wouldn't actually mind playing some of the other sim software just to try it all out. But again, here it is, and now let's get back to the rest of the video. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed kind of the overview of what's new on the R50 and kind of some of the stuff with GS Pro. And I will say it probably took me at least 20 minutes to finally get GS Pro connected and working fine. And I didn't even hit a single shot with it. So I might go back and do that later, but right now I wanted to show the different practice areas with the projector so you can see what it looks like that way, since I had the top-down view earlier. So let me show that right now. And first I'm going to start with the range that I use most often. And this one again is just the plain distance range. So right now I just have my 58-degree wedge. I haven't warmed up or anything yet. This is just what it looks like on my projector, and I showed earlier, I'll show it again here, what it looks like on the R50 screen, and then when I hit shots, it kind of shows me that as well, where it lands. So I'm just, again, going to hit a few shots with this range, and I'll do that on each range. Okay, again, I know there wasn't much to it, but that's just kind of 3 shots on the plain distance range. Let me go to the next range now. So now I'm going to go to the Crooked Creek range. So the target it starts at is 94 yards. Let me go to the 74-yard island here and just see what I can do with that. So now you can see we kind of moved to this island, so I want to get to about 74 yards. So again, I have my 58-degree wedge, and let's just see what I can do here. And I'll hit shots to a few different targets with this one. Okay, so maybe a little long, but not terrible. Let's hit another one. A little right, but it stayed on the green. Let me just do one more here. Okay, not bad. Let me choose a different target now. So that was kind of interesting. I did have to pinch to zoom out so that I could see the whole range again. Now I'm at the, I think it was 117-yard target, so let me change to my 50-degree wedge. Not bad. I will say, I don't use this range really any other range other than the kind of plain one, but This could definitely be useful for practice for anything else. It's just not one I typically use because when I am doing short game practice, I'm typically using stack wedging, but I could definitely see this as a viable option. Ooh, kind of hit that then. Worked out fine, but let me go to the next range now. So now I'm going to the Green Valley range. So this one, I don't know if you can see it there. It's definitely a lot more hilly and valley-like. Probably why it's called that. There's a few different targets here, and you don't necessarily have to choose the green targets. It's just kind of a reference point. But one of them here is 169 yards, so let me try that one. And I'm just going to try my 7-iron with this one. So that one was a little short, and I didn't hit it perfect. Oh, it's kind of toey. Okay, let me just hit one more of these 7-irons, and then I'll go to the last practice range, and then I'll do the on-course practice. That was pretty good. So that one was definitely hit better, just a little left of the green. Now let me go to the last practice range that they have on the R50. And now this one's going to be the island range. So this one has quite a few different targets. I'm going to choose 146 yards here, and that's where I'm going to use my 8-iron, and that's where I want to carry it and hopefully stay on this island green. It's possible my 9-iron could be the better choice here, but I've been hitting it a little bit short because I'm working on something with my grip. So that's why I'm going to use my 8-iron here for these ones. Oh, that's too far right. And in the water. Too far right also. Maybe not as much, but it's toey. And I'm hitting it thin, so I'm not carrying it far enough. Well, I hit that one fat. Just tried something different. Just moving the ball position. That was terrible. Let me just hit one more. Better, but still short. Okay, let me try some on-course practice now. So here's hole one. I want to practice my tee shot. I have never done on-course practice before. This is the first time I'm going to try it. And this hole kind of doglegs to the right a little bit. So what I want to happen here is I want to hit my drive with a little fade on it. So that's my goal here. God dang it. That's what I kept doing and why I didn't have a video Monday. So let's see, okay, so I get to practice the exact same shot again. Let's see if I can at least not have such a massive hook on it. That was better. I could play that every time. Carried at 226. That was a different bounce than I think I've seen before. I could play that every single time. Now I gotta try it again. Okay, I might actually be able to hit driver again, but now let's go to a different hole and just see how you can practice. Hole 13 is another hole I really like, and it's got a very interesting tee shot. So we'll go here, click the cart, click on hole 13. Okay, so now here's hole 13, and this is one of the holes that I actually originally got my mini driver for, because if you go straight through the fairway, there's a creek there that I have been in before on my tee shot. And if this is another one again, where if you can hit a fade, you can end up in the fairway and be perfect. So I'm gonna hit my driver here again and try and end up in the fairway. So even that one was pretty straight and it turned out okay, but if that would be just a little bit left, that could easily go in the creek. So this on-course practice I think could be pretty cool. Let me just do a par 3 hole now, which would actually be the next hole here. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. There's an option to play on where I could, I think, just use that shot. Let me see what happens there. Okay, so it actually let me go to that last shot. So I could just keep practicing one shot, and once I like it, I can move on. That's actually pretty cool. And now I'm on hole 14, which is a par 3. I have 141 yards to go here. I'm going to use my 9-iron. Oh, too far right. But it's on-course practice, so I get to try again. That was better. Okay, and it's on the green, so now I'm going to hit play on, and I'm going to hit this shot and actually try putting one. So click that, click play on. So now I have a 6-yard putt. And I think a lot of you know, putting is not something I like doing on simulators, so let's see how this goes. I do wish there was an option for the green grid. I'm not seeing that here. So I'm not really sure what the green does. So I'm just going to try and hit, what 6 yards is about 18 feet. So I'm going to try and hit about an 18-foot putt and see what happens. Nothing with that one. I'm just going to try and hit this one a lot harder just to see if it picks up at all. Okay, so it did pick up that one. Obviously, I didn't really try to hit that one in, so I also feel like that would have went a lot further, but it's on-course practice, so I could have drew it again. Okay, so what I did that time, where it seemed to work a little better, is I put that as close to the R50 as possible while still being in its hitting area. So that seemed to work a lot better. Let's play that one. So here I'm 1 yard out. Let's see what happens. See, now that one didn't read because I think I have to hit it so soft. So I don't know if I would use on-course practice for putting. But now I think some stuff actually changed in Home to Hero, so let me play my round in Home to Hero, and that'll be part of this video. First, I do want to say I apologize that this video is probably as long as it is because I went through all the new settings on the R50 with the newest update, and now I'm going to be playing Estella Golf Club in Portugal. The choices of tee boxes here are white, yellow, and red. I'm going to play the yellow, which has a rating of 70.7 and a slope of 121. And again, I will not be putting. Also, again, you have the choice of holes between full, front 9, back 9, or custom. Hole 1 is a 478-yard par 5. Oh, come on, I still hooked it, but that's okay because I wanted to see something with the mulligan here. So normally right now, I have a timed mulligan, but that's not timing out. Let me see if I can still hit a mulligan now. So now there's more choices, and I can take a mulligan. So I'm going to do that now just because I wanted to test that out. Okay, so I got to test it out. I'm not limited to when I can take a mulligan now, as long as it's before your next shot. Oh, that wasn't very good. It's going to work out okay, but it was not hit well at all. It looks like they also changed where they put my power loss. It's over here now, and I'm only losing 5% in the rough, not 10% currently. So I'm going to use my 3-wood and try my new takeaway that I've been working on and hopefully put a nice draw on this one. That was a nice baby draw, I think. Good roll on that one, too. With 28 yards to go here, I'm actually going to try chipping this with my 50-degree wedge. That wasn't that great. Turn it out okay. Come on, let's stop. It's not going to. But that's going to be a par with the 2-shot gimme circle. The second hole is a 142-yard par 3. Gonna use my 9-iron. Come on, get in there. Oh, it's in the 3-shot gimme circle for a bogey. The third hole is a 425-yard par 4. Oh, that was kind of a bad swing. It's going to turn out okay, but did not hit that as well as I could have. Only a 1.32 smash factor is what I mean by that. Looks like I'm still going to roll off the fairway, so that may not have been fixed yet. I am only losing 5% power now with this update, so I have my 7-wood. I want to get on the green. Oh, it wasn't that great. But I still have a chance to chip it close. With 19 yards to go and losing 5% power, I'm going to try my 54-degree wedge for a chip here. And that is in the 1-shot gimme circle for a par. The fourth hole is a 158-yard par 3, so I have my 8-iron. Ah, too far right. Again, I'm working on a different takeaway with my swing and a little bit different grip, so that's what's messing me up today. And now here I'm losing 5% power. I also want to get over that bunker, but also roll out enough to try and end up in that 1-shot gimme circle. So I'm going to use my 54-degree wedge and do a little bit more of a pitch shot here. Oh, come on. Not enough. I'm going to use the same club and just try and chip it now. Come on, keep going, just enough. But that is going to be a bogey with the 1-shot gimme circle. The fifth hole is a 398-yard par 4. Hit that one decent, 1.44 smash factor with a 94.3 club head speed, so it wasn't that fast of a drive. But I hit it 270 yards almost. With 129 yards left, I'm using my pitching wedge. Oh, I hit it thin. Dang it. I'm actually going to take a mulligan and redo that one. That was better, but still a little toey. So I'm going to take another mulligan because I want to practice the shot. It would be great for on-course practice. A little better. Still wasn't perfect contact though. But that one I would take, but not today. This club should go like 130, 135 for me, so I don't get why it's so short today. See, even that is short. It doesn't make sense to me right now. I will say I'm not making the best contact, but that only carried 108 yards. That's not right to me either. That wasn't great. It's going to turn out fine. I still like the way I hit it. This is actually going to be my last hole for this video because I did so much other stuff with it. I'll play this entire course in my next video, but I'm just going to finish up this hole and be done for the video. That was probably one I felt like was the best contact, but still wasn't my favorite. Okay, I know originally I was gonna play the entire round, but I'll do that in my next video because it took me so long to try and get GS Pro connected when I was doing that earlier. Plus everything else I showed today, I just want to kind of be done. It's 7:34 here. I just want to kind of sit down, relax, and watch a show or something. Okay, because there was a lot of this video of just kind of R50 settings and everything, and then some of this, I'm going to post this, but then my next video won't be until January 26th when I'll get back to my normal course videos, and I'll have those again Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I just wanted to get this out there with this new update because it seemed pretty cool, and it was. But if you are watching this video, if there's any course that you'd like to see me play, please leave a comment with the name of the course, where it's located, and if you have a preference of me playing the front, back, or now any specific holes, please let me know and I'll add that to my list of courses to play. Otherwise, as always, thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate it. I truly appreciate all of you that watch, and I do really enjoy making all these videos for you guys. Thank you.